Stop sacrificing the rest of your life for your career. There's a better way to win in every area of life. This upcoming documentary reveals all. Watch closely.
There were 2 times when I remember feeling profoundly out of control of my own life. The sound of my mother screaming as another brick explodes through the kitchen window. There's broken glass and water all over the floor, fire erupting from the front porch of our house, red and blue flashing lights, screaming sirens, total chaos. At 4 years old, the house is literally on fire. I was in absolute terror that no one was in control of the situation. What happened next is pretty traumatic, and it's not easy for me to talk about, but I'm doing it because the path that it put me on not only transformed my life, but the lives of more than 70,000 people from more than half the world's countries and from all walks of life. The system I'm about to share with you today is unlike anything you've ever encountered before because there is nothing else like it. This system gets to the very root of almost every problem in life. Financial insecurity, health issues, depression and anxiety, toxic relationships, an unfulfilling career, unrealized potential. Problems that almost everyone experiences at some level, at some point in their life, but very few know how to permanently solve. No matter where you are in your life right now, this system will give you command of yourself and of your own existence. That's literally what it was built for. It'll help you discover a deep sense of inner strength and give you a security inside yourself that you will never find out there in the world. This system is for anyone who's ready to take charge of their future and live on their own terms, and who cares enough about themselves to actually take action and do something about it. Now, if that's not you, then watching this video isn't going to help at all. But if that is you, I'm here to tell you that this system will permanently and profoundly change your life. By the end of this video, I'm going to give you a key that's going to allow you to gain clarity and to get in control of your life. Now, it's up to you whether you want to put that key in the lock and turn it, but you will be holding that key in your hands. I'm John Butcher. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and we grew up poor. There were times when we didn't have enough food in the house, and we went to bed hungry. My early childhood was a mixed bag. There were good times and there were hard times. There were scary and chaotic times, but always unstable. From a very early age, I can remember doing my best just to create a little bit of stability for me and my siblings. When your mom has 6 babies in 7 years, she's taking care of the infant and the toddler. That's more than enough for a mom to handle. And it's up to the oldest to take care of the 3 in between. Well, that was my job. That was my life. Our dad was literally a starving artist. He was a painter, doing his best to support a big family, and he was a hard worker. He always had multiple jobs. He was a dishwasher at a restaurant, a clerk at a wallpaper store, and he worked as a janitor at night. When I was a teenager, he started a little business in the garage with a partner, working on nights and weekends. It started off really slowly at first, but by the time I was a senior in high school, that little business was gaining traction. And as a result, the opportunities started flooding in. And coming from where I came from, there was no way that I was going to let them slip away. I didn't go to college, I went straight to work. Now, I didn't have any business experience, but I'd been a navigator my whole life since I was little. The leader, the protector, the decision maker. Being in control was my defense mechanism because I never wanted to experience that childhood terror again. So I rolled up my sleeves and I took on the world. My dad and I started business after business together, and things just exploded. I became a millionaire at 27, and by the time I was in my early 30s, I was president or CEO of more than a dozen companies. That little business that my dad started in our garage became one of the best-loved American brands of all time, an iconic, multi-billion-dollar brand called Precious Moments. Well, I found that I could handle an immense workload, and I really leveraged that fact. I was working 12 to 16-hour days for years in a row, accomplishing huge goals and living the high life, working hard and playing just as hard, burning the candle at both ends, driving my career, my businesses, my family, and my financial life forward. It was life in the fast lane. I was partying like a rock star, self-medicating with alcohol to handle the stress. Eventually, it all became too much, and it just all came crashing down. And it wasn't long before I sunk into what's called a generalized anxiety disorder. It was so bad that I ended up housebound for 2 months. I mean, literally, I couldn't drive out of my driveway without being in a complete state of panic. I had lost control of myself and my life. What the hell am I going to do now? I had to rebuild my life from the ground up. I had to start over. I refused to accept that this was going to be my story. And then something happened that changed my life forever. My dad was watching late night infomercials on TV one night, and he ordered me 2 personal development programs. The first one was called Attacking Anxiety by Lucinda Bassett. And that program helped me understand what was happening to me and how to handle it. The second one was a Tony Robbins program. And that was my very first encounter with personal development. And after just a few short weeks, I was making some progress, and I started consuming every personal development program I could get my hands on. I was seeing real change in real time. How far could I take this if I just keep going? I mean, what could my life look like if I continued to learn and grow at this pace, even after I solved my main problem? Is it possible to create an extraordinary life? Is it possible for me to find success and happiness and fulfillment everywhere in my life? Well, I didn't know, but based on my recent results, it did not feel impossible. So I continued to consume every personal development program I could get my hands on. And I kept all my notes from those programs in a little black binder. I used that binder as a place to organize my thinking, my breakthroughs, my goals, my strategies. 1 page became 2, then 5, then 10, then 50. That binder became my lifeline. It would lessen my anxiety just to have it with me. Because when I started to feel weird or panicky or dark, the words inside that binder would instantly ground me. I took it everywhere I went so that I could refer to it anytime I needed it. And I started calling it my life book. I began to categorize my notes because I realized that there were certain areas of my life that just couldn't be overlooked. My health and fitness, my relationships, my spiritual life, my career and financial life. I identified the 12 most important areas of my life that I wanted to master, and I made each one of those a chapter in my life book. And my life book just kept growing and growing and growing. Over time, I got crystal clear on what I wanted in every important area of my life, why I wanted it, and exactly what I would need to do to get it. Every single day, I woke up and I moved with intention toward that life vision. And I did that for years in a row. And then something absolutely remarkable happened to me. One day, as I was walking through my beautiful garden, I realized the vision for the life I'd wanted had become the reality of the life I had. My wife and I had the most amazing love relationship I'd ever seen, a beautiful, passionate love affair. I wasn't just in good shape, I'd achieved a world-class level of health and fitness. I had a rewarding, successful career, total financial freedom. I had a fantastic relationship with every one of my kids, even my teenagers. I'd built our ultimate dream house, a beautiful, tranquil oasis that was a sanctuary from the stresses of modern life. I'd traveled the whole world with my wife and kids and our friends. We'd had extraordinary adventures together. We enjoyed world-class experiences, and we made some truly amazing memories together. Miraculously, I felt in command of myself again. I felt in control of my life again. I'd gone from being totally shut down, exhausted, confused, in total overwhelm, to building a truly extraordinary life in every important area. This was different. This was not normal. Something wonderful and very, very rare had happened to me. Everything in my life was aligned and going in the same direction for years in a row. That's how I built this life. There's no question about that. I built this life because I had a life book. No one except my wife, Missy, had ever seen inside the pages of that book that I carried with me everywhere I went for 10 years. This was just my own personal tool that I used to make my own life better. Now, a few of our close friends asked us if there was any way that we could help them create a life book for themselves. So we had them over for a long weekend, 3 couples and 1 single guy. We got out the marker board and we just dove into the 12 categories together. 1 marriage saved, 1 business doubled within that calendar year, and 1 life completely rebuilt from the ground up, just like I had done with my own. Well, Missy and I immediately realized that the tool that we'd used to create our own life vision could be shared. It was crystal clear to us that Lifebook could help other people do the same thing we did, clarify their life vision and create the life of their dreams. Missy and I are really private people. And we knew that we'd have to open up our lives to a certain extent if we decided to share Lifebook with the world. And frankly, we didn't want to do that. So we talked about it from every possible angle. If we shared Lifebook, how would it affect our family life? How would it affect our love life? How would it affect the other companies that we own? Or our financial life? And at the end of the day, even with a tremendous amount of emotional resistance, we had to ask ourselves, how could we possibly have been gifted something this valuable and then decide not to share it with others? Ultimately, we had no choice. We realized that we had to share Lifebook with the world. So we set a goal to create the most transformative and effective personal development experience in the world. We put millions of dollars into it. We created 2 absolutely gorgeous facilities, one in Chicago and one in San Diego, and we launched Lifebook to the world in 2007 with the biggest high-definition video program ever recorded behind BBC's Planet Earth. This was a luxury 5-day full immersion experience, which cost $5,000 for a single and $7,500 for a couple. And there was nothing else like it in the world. It created transformation every time for every person. Here's how some of those early Lifebookers described it.
In so many of the books that I've read or the audio CDs that I've listened to, they have great ideas, but you don't leave with that tool that is then that piece that helps you achieve everything you've been thinking. And so the Lifebook is that tool.
Lifebook gives you that holistic, balanced approach. It's not just about one, piece of the puzzle. It's about putting all the pieces of the puzzle together and making them fit.
I know where I'm going to go. Not where I can go, where I'm going to go.
The most in-depth, well-guided tour of self that you can possibly take.
We saw consistent transformation in literally every important area of life. And after working with thousands of people, we identified the root cause of almost every problem that people are going to encounter in their lives, which was the exact same problem that I had when I started out. No clear life vision. They don't know which way to go because they don't know where they're going. They don't know what to do because they don't know where they want to end up. And as a result, they just wander aimlessly through their lives. They don't see themselves in the driver's seat, in control of their own lives. They let life happen to them, living their lives on autopilot. They've given control of their lives to other forces, other people, the company they work for, the school they go to. They had no sense of what their life was about, no sense of their own identity. Again, no life vision. Well, how can you possibly expect to get what you want out of life if you don't know with clarity what it is you want? A clear life vision doesn't just make it easier to achieve your very best life. It doesn't simply help it happen faster. Your life vision is what makes your extraordinary life possible in the first place. It's the essential, non-negotiable foundation of the life that you've always wanted to live. That is what we help people define and put in place during the course of the Lifebook program. And we did that by helping people get clear on what they wanted in every important area of life, one category at a time. So let's take a look at the 12 categories now through the eyes of some of those early Lifebookers more than 10 years ago.
I found out, my financial life is affected by my spiritual life. is affected by my health and fitness, is affected by my intellectual life, is affected by my love relationship, is affected by my parenting relationship.
For me, everything is getting connected now. If I'm healthy, I'm able to do my work more. I'm able to progress more. If I want to progress more, I have to develop my intellectual skills. And if I have to develop my intellectual skills, I have to be strong in other ways as well.
I think that other personal development seminars maybe glance on a few issues. They might talk about maybe just a spiritual side. They might just talk about the parenting side or the financial side. They really don't pull everything together like Lifebook does.
It's stripped away all the fear, all the nonsense, all the crazy talk, all the stuff I was doing, self-sabotage. All of that's just gone, purely by looking at these areas of my life.
So let's take a deeper look at the 12 categories now. The first section of Lifebook is called Your Personal Life, and it contains 5 of the 12 categories. Your personal life can be defined as you separate from the rest of the world, because these 5 categories don't depend on anyone but you. Here's what they are. The first category we explore is your health and fitness. Now, this category is about your physical body, inside and out. Next is your intellectual life, which is about your mind, intelligence, mental clarity, and thinking. Next, we take a look at your emotional life. This category is about your feelings, what they are, where they come from, and why they're so important. Then we explore your character. This category is about your inner nature, who you are as a person, what you're all about as a human being. And finally, your spiritual life. This category addresses the deep questions like, why am I here? What do I believe about the universe and my place in it? What is the purpose of my life? Your personal life categories are absolutely foundational because everything else in your life is built on top of them. They're going to determine the quality of your relationships, your career success, your financial abundance, and everything else in your life. The second section of Lifebook is about your relationships with the most important people in your life. And we look at 3 different types of relationships on your Lifebook journey. The first is your love life, which addresses your relationship with your spouse or your life partner. Next, we look at parenting, which is about your relationship with your children. And finally, your social life, which explores your relationships with your friends and your extended family. As we all know, the quality of your relationships are going to have a profound impact on your overall quality of life. So we go really deep here. The third section of Lifebook focuses on your business life, and it contains 2 categories. The first is your financial life. And here we'll explore what money is, how wealth is created, and what you need to do to create true financial abundance for yourself. Lifebookers tell us consistently that this is one of the most profound and valuable Lifebook categories of all. Huge breakthroughs happen here for almost everyone. Next is your career, and we do a deep dive on your occupation in this category. We're going to think about how to take it to the next level, whether you're a stay-at-home parent, a plumber, an executive, or a Fortune 500 CEO. Now, the career and financial categories are obviously deeply connected, but they've got to be thought about separately. Because you can have a great career and a completely disastrous financial life, or vice versa. And that's not what we want. We want to excel in both areas, so they've got to have a separate strategy. The 11th category of Lifebook is called your quality of life. And it's here that we focus on the things that you want, the experiences that you want in your life, the fun and adventure that you want to create for yourself. So this is where your dream house lives, your summer cottage, your boat, your cars, exotic travel, or whatever quality of life happens to mean for you. The last category of Lifebook is where everything comes together. It's called your life vision, and it's a vivid description of your future. The question we ask here as we reach the end of the program is, if all the desires that I just defined in my Lifebook were to become a reality in every category, what would that look like 5 years from now? Your life vision is ultimately what the Lifebook program is all about. It's the active ingredient that creates the transformation, because that's what most people are missing. And it's at the root of almost every problem they're going to encounter in life. The Lifebook program helps you create a crystal clear vision for your ideal life. That's the active ingredient. That is what creates transformation. We do that by asking ourselves 4 critical questions in each category. What are the beliefs that control my behavior in this area of my life? What precisely, with clarity, do I want in this area of my life? Why do I want that? And what do I need to do to get it? Well, it turns out that these are the great questions of life. These questions summon the real you from deep within. They call on you to think through what needs to be considered, to clarify what's unclear, to address what needs to be addressed in your life, and to achieve what lies ahead of you to achieve. And here is the single most important thing that we've learned after more than 20 years of doing this work. The answers to those questions are going to be different for every single person. There is simply no one-size-fits-all solution in any area of life. Why? Because we're all different. And the recipe for happiness, success, balance, and fulfillment is different for every single one of us. There is no one right diet for all of the billions of people on this planet, despite what health experts say. There is no one right love relationship strategy. There is no one key to a successful career. I mean, there is no more one formula for happiness than there is one right answer for every math problem or one medicine for every illness, because we're all different. And that's what makes Lifebook different in kind than any other seminar or coaching system or personal development program that you've ever encountered. Lifebook is the one personal development experience that's all about you. You are the author of your Lifebook, because only you can define your life vision. We simply give you the powerful framework and the guidance that you need to make it happen. Little by little, your blank pages will be filled with your deepest thoughts, your deepest desires and aspirations. Your insights will grow, your personal breakthroughs will build on one another, and your Lifebook will take shape. Every dream, every desire, every goal, everything that you've ever wanted to be or do will be captured and organized in the pages of that book. Authored by you and for you, your Lifebook will contain something immensely valuable that very, very few people will ever possess. And the thinking that goes into it will transform your life forever. When we first started out, we defined our mission as 1 million people with a Lifebook. And there was simply no way that we were going to achieve that mission with a $5,000 program. There was no way that 1 million people were going to fly to Chicago, take a whole week out of their lives, and experience this program. And honestly, we did not know how to solve that. Well, all that changed when a man who would eventually become one of our dearest friends, Vishen Lakhiani, founder of Mindvalley, heard about Lifebook. He heard the buzz, he saw the testimonials, and he wanted to know if this program would be as transformational for him as it had been for others. And there's only one way to know for sure, right? Try it and find out. And that's exactly what he did. Here's what he had to say.
So in 2010, my then partner dragged me to a Lifebook seminar because I was going through a really crazy time in my life. What I learned from this experience is that sometimes you got to know what you want and why you want it. Intuition, coincidence, synchronicity can come together and unveil a future for you that you never would have predicted for yourself. Around 7 years after this experience, I went to John and Missy Butcher and I said, can we bring Lifebook onto Mindvalley? And Lifebook blew up. We trained 70,000 people. And recently I feel really blessed because John and Missy invited me to be a co-founder of Lifebook and to use my computer engineering background to help develop the program even further. Lifebook has given me a life I never would have dreamed possible. And all of us have this. There is nothing unique about me or special about me. I just got clear in what I wanted. But anybody can do this. We're all made of the same stuff. We all have the same essence of the universe flowing through us. We all have these same abilities. It's just about getting really clear in terms of what you want.
So Vishen and I put our heads together and we thought deeply about what we would need to do to make Lifebook accessible and affordable and get it out to 1 million people. After a lot of thought and research and planning, we created Lifebook Online. It's the exact same content as our $5,000 seminar, But instead of happening over 5 full days, it's spread out over 6 weeks, 2 categories per week. And best of all, the course was no longer $5,000. We decided to make Lifebook Online free, but there's a catch. It's free with accountability, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So we launched Lifebook Online in late 2016, and it broke every record. It became Mindvalley's best-selling course with over 70,000 Lifebookers in more than 80 countries. Lifebook Online is now in 11 languages and has over 2,000 Lifebook stories online. But I'll tell you, my favorite thing of all was something that we never anticipated. The Lifebook Tribe was born, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. A global community of like-minded people who know who they are and who know what they're all about at a deep level. These people know with clarity what they want out of life and why, and what they need to do to get it. Creating meetups all over the world, helping one another level up, forging lifelong friendships and partnerships. And this became a huge value for Lifebookers. So we removed the distance problem. You can do this course in the privacy of your own home anywhere in the world. We removed the time problem. You don't have to string together 5 straight days. You can experience Lifebook in a couple hours a week over a 6-week period. And we removed the financial issue as a roadblock. Like I said, Lifebook Online is free, but it's free with accountability. We ask for an accountability deposit at the beginning of this course, and then we give you the full 6-week transformational experience. And when you reach the end of the course, you not only have your completed Lifebook, you can request your money back, and we will be happy to refund your deposit in full. This not only gets the most people into the program, but it ensures they finish it. Our completion rates are 5 times industry average, and that's why we do this. Here's how you can join Lifebook right now. Just click on the link below this video, enter your regular details into our secure checkout, and as soon as you do, within a minute, you'll get an email with your login instructions. At the beginning of this video, I said I was going to give you a key to get in control of your life and gain clarity like you've never had before. And here's what it is. The key is that there is no key out there. The key is in here. That's why you've never been able to find it. Your life is yours. You own it. You are the primary creative force. Yes, there is a magic formula for your very best life, but that formula is going to be unique to you. If you ever discover it, it's going to come from inside you, not from someone else. You're the one that has to find it. You're the one that has to work for it. You're the one that has to earn it. No matter where you are in the world, we all have a deep need to exercise control over our existence, to make our world the way we think it should be, and our lives the way we want to truly live. I want you to know, there's absolutely no reason that you can't achieve the life that you've always wanted. There is no reason that you can't achieve the level of health and fitness, the level of financial success, the quality love relationship, the career success, the spiritual fulfillment that you've always been after. You simply need to stand on your own 2 feet, to trust your own judgment and your own intelligence. There is no higher purpose in life than that. There's no greater cause that you could commit yourself to than to take this one life that you've been given and make it the best you can possibly make it. To give everything that you have to it and to get everything that you can from it. And one day, if you're like me and thousands of other people who've been through this program, you're going to wake up and you're going to realize that you've crossed an important threshold and you've actually got your life figured out and working well in every important area. So get into a state of total positive expectation because something amazing is about to happen to you. Expect your life to radically transform for the better and faster than you ever dreamed possible. I'm telling you right now, you're a powerful being, much more powerful than you know. If you take the time to define your life vision and then align yourself with it, focus your powers, get everything in your life going in the same direction, you can make it a reality. You can find your happiness and your fulfillment. You can have the life that you've always wanted. Click the link below, sign up for this program while this offer is still available, and become a Lifebooker today. My name is John Butcher, and I'll see you there.